guys, welcome back to my channel. It has been so long since I have picked up this camera and I've missed it so much, so I'm so excited to finally be back on the camera here. Yeah, I don't know where I was going with that. I'm just happy to be back. Today I figured that it would be a good night for us to film like an entire night with a newborn type video. So I'm gonna film everything that goes on with this little guy at night, and it took me a while to get to film this video because it's actually been really difficult for him to sleep at night because of reflux. He was diagnosed with reflux about 3 weeks, actually at his 1 month appointment. We found out he has reflux, so it has been super difficult. Right? Are you looking at the camera? It has been super difficult, but I feel like we're finally in a place where our nights aren't perfect, but they're much better and much more like routine based, to where you guys could kind of get a good idea on like what it's like with a newborn. But I still wanted to film it anyways, just in case, like just to give another perspective on babies with reflux, because I never knew what a night with a baby with reflux entailed until I had him. So, because my other daughter didn't have it. So I feel like this is a good balance. Like he's still, like he's not that fussy, but he still requires like special things that normal babies don't require because of his reflux. So I figured we could do that tonight. I look insane, but it's the end of the night, so I didn't do my hair today. I didn't put on normal clothes. I'm just wearing like this lounge set, but whatever, we're gonna go with it. We are gonna film an entire night together. Just really quick, lastly, super quick disclaimer, like what you're seeing here is just the way that we do things. I'm not saying that everything that we do is 100% like AAP, American Academy of Pediatrics certified perfect way. It's just my style of motherhood. It's just the way that I am. I do what I can to survive, pretty much, and of course never want to endanger his safety purposely, but always just following my gut. So if you see something that you feel is unsafe, that you would never do with your child, stuff like that, like just be gracious, like in the comments and stuff like that. We don't want any negativity up in here. We just want to keep it respectful and just understanding that every mom does everything different. Nothing is one size fits all, and you do what you feel is best for your baby. I'm not a doctor. This is just a night with us. So yeah. Okay, so starting off with pajamas, I am just going to go ahead and get him into his pajamas and ready for the night. We do have like a night routine that we do, but I don't do it every single night in true worst mom fashion. We don't do like the full workup every night, but the basis of it stays the same. I can do a video on our night routine separately, but it's pretty much the basics of diaper, PJs, bottle. So that's what I'm gonna do now. Leave those hurting knees behind. Birds are filling up the sky. Are you willing to try? Right. Sing along as they hum and be fulfilled. Many more will come. So now on to his first bottle of the night. And if you don't know, our son was diagnosed with reflux at his 1 month checkup. So we have had to incorporate a couple extra steps into our routine to accommodate this and make it easier on him, because it is extremely difficult. So right now he drinks about 5 ounces of formula and oatmeal mixed in with that. So that is an extra step in our routine when mixing bottles for him, but it has helped him a bunch with the reflux. New beginnings, new In addition to the oatmeal, we do have to be very careful when burping him. He needs to burp really, really well, and also sit up for 30 minutes after every feed. So that's what I did here. I didn't show all of it, obviously, because that'd be a really long video. But once I do that and I get a couple good burps out of him and hold him upright, kind of rock him for a little bit, I do put him in his sleep sack and get him ready for bed. And this swaddle is amazing. It keeps him really nice and tight. I think it's the Halo swaddle, and you can get these on Amazon, Target, anywhere basically, and it's worked really well for him to help him sleep, especially with the reflux, because it can be hard to lay flat.
Nothing can hold us back. Oh, nothing can take us down.
So after I do my whole night routine, shower, PJs, brush teeth, that kind of thing, it pretty much starts the clock on the how long can I stay awake game to make sure that I can supervise his sleep for as long as possible. I really do try to stay up and keep myself busy, constantly checking on him like I'm doing right now, and just making sure that he's breathing. I don't know, it's just my thing. So I do try to stay up for as long as I can, watch TV, go on my phone, do any tasks that I have to do, homework, whatever I can do to stay awake for as long as I can, basically. Okay, so it's about 1 a.m. almost, and I am still going strong here. I refilled my water bottle, and I am going to check on him one more time. And I actually did panic in this moment because I didn't see his chest go up and down, so I stuck like my entire head in the bassinet to see if I could hear him breathing. And at that moment, he like made a sound, so I like came right back out. But that was funny that I got it on camera because I do stick my whole entire self in there if I don't hear him or see his chest moving. Sometimes it's really hard because of the swaddle. It swaddles him so tight that you can't really see. So I do get up and check him frequently. But he was fine, and I'm just going to keep myself busy again and do some laundry here now that I have quote-unquote free time. And I'm also going to get my pump going. I do want to restart my supply. It has dwindled to pretty much nothing at this point, but I do want to restart it. So this particular night you will see me pump a couple times. Not as often as I should, but just a couple times to start getting things going, and I have been doing that every night, and we'll see how it goes.
Something beautiful, something beautiful.
I am using the LV2 pump, by the way. I forgot to mention which pump I was using. It can be a little tricky to latch it on and get the right amount of suction. As you can see here, it's taking me quite a bit to get it right, but I do think I have to buy these smaller inserts for it. Just as a side note, they do sell the smaller inserts separately, of course, as if it's not expensive enough, but whatever. And I think I have to get those because it's just really hard to latch it on. But I do eventually get a grip here and get it on. And I'm also going to take my supplements from Milky Mama. I forgot which ones I use, but I will put it in the description box. And that is what I'm doing here. I'm going to take my supplements and then fold my laundry.
Something beautiful, something beautiful.
Okay, so it is 2 o'clock in the morning now, and I'm about ready for bed. I put away all the laundry, folded it, and sometimes I can stay up longer than this, but on this particular night, this is when I fell out. I just couldn't take it anymore, so I had to get some sleep. And at 3:40, it's time to get back up. I hear the baby crying, and it's time to start his first middle of the night feed. So, like I said before, Cruz does have acid reflux, and I do have to give him medication every 12 hours. So I'm going to give that to him now, because the last time I gave it to him was this afternoon. So he is due for another dose of his medication, and I use a syringe and give him 0.5, I think milliliters it is, of his medication, and you just syringe it into his mouth. And he does like it. He doesn't give any trouble swallowing it or anything. But this is just an extra step that I have to do in the middle of the night to help with the reflux.
We are silver line, one of a kind, you and me.
And if you're wondering why I do give this to him in the middle of the night, this is when he is the most sensitive to the milk, and also when it's the hardest to keep him upright, because of course I'm exhausted. So this medication is just going to help smooth everything over, smooth the gases over, and I like to give it to him during his middle of the night feed, because it's like when we need it the most, if that makes any sense. So I know I could definitely give it to him when I'm more awake and it's probably easier, but this is when I really need it to work and when I really need it to be the strongest. So I give it to him in the middle of the night before his bottle, and it has helped us a lot because he is getting it at his most critical time.
I know you've heard it all before, but you are the love of my life. I knew when you came through the door that you are the love of my life. Nothing's hard, everything is easy with you around. No bombards, everything is easy when you come around.
I do have to try a couple different positions when burping him, and you can even see here I'm wiping his mouth because he did spit up. It's almost immediate. It's so insane how even immediately after he eats, it's, you know, starting to affect him, and he does spit up a little bit. And I know that's normal in most babies, but his doesn't stop. It just starts from the minute we feed him, and it keeps on going until he's had enough. So poor baby. But I do have to try multiple different you know, positions of burping just to make sure I get all the gases out. And I'm even going to stand up here and do some walking around with him because he does get fussy kind of just sitting. He does like to walk around a little bit, and I took the sound out of the video for, you know, annoyance purposes, but he is whining and crying here. He actually is whining and crying a lot in this video. You just don't hear it. You just see me putting the pasty back in or rocking him, but yeah, it is difficult.
Hold on now. Don't let go. Don't let go of me. Don't let go. Don't let go. Nothing's hard, everything is easy with you around.
Okay, so it is about 5 in the morning now, and it's time for this little guy to go back to bed for his second stretch of the night. I'm gonna put him back in his Halo sleep sack. Again, he loves this thing, and he does fall asleep a little bit on my chest while, like, after I feed him and burp him and stuff. So it's a gamble as to whether he'll stay asleep when I put him in this thing or wake up like he did just now. But I'm gonna put him down anyways because I can't hold him any longer. I'm exhausted, and he's gonna go back to sleep. Hopefully, most of the time he just goes right back to sleep. When I put him in his bassinet, I do have to replace his pacifier a little bit, but most of the times he'll go back to sleep.
I've been running most of my life, blowing smoke everywhere around. I've been searching, but I can't seem to find someone that can hold me through the night. I'll count to 10, then open up my eyes.
And for the record, we do use a Wubbanub pacifier. I do put him down with his Wubbanub, but in the next clip you'll see I do get back up again to take it off once he's finally asleep. So it's not a suffocation hazard. He doesn't have it all night long. I just use it to get him to go to bed.
With the words of a lullaby, send me off with the words of a lullaby. I've been trying to make sense.
So a couple minutes later, he was fussing again, so I'm just trying to check on him and, you know, make sure he's comfortable. He did quiet down immediately. Sometimes he fusses and just goes right back to bed, which is good, but I remember that I didn't rinse and wash any of his bottles for any of the feeds, so I'm gonna do that now. I don't do like a full wash in the middle of the night. I'm very sorry if that offends you. There's just no way that I can handle that, but I do rinse them with water and just get all that gunk off because he's gonna dirty them in like 3 seconds anyways. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now.
With the words of a lullaby. With the words of a lullaby. Send me off with the words of a lullaby. If I never see the light, I wouldn't care 'cause I'm so perfect right here. If I
So even though I'm exhausted and just want to close my eyes, I am gonna pump for a little bit since I'm up. And like I said, I'm trying to get my supply going, so I'm gonna pump a little bit before I go back to bed. And I'm actually just gonna close my eyes and pretty much fall asleep sitting up, but I am pumping, so that's that. I just don't have the energy to keep my eyes open.
send me off with the words of a lullaby.
Okay, and it is now 7:20, and Baby boy is still asleep. I do check on him one more time, but it is time to get up and do the morning routine. Thankfully, Jared does 99.9% of the morning routine. I pretty much just get up and do our daughter's hair for school because that's like the only part he has trouble with, and I just like to make sure she has pretty hair for school. But here he is sleeping still, and that's pretty much the whole night. Okay, you guys, so it is about almost 10 o'clock right now, and I think I'm going to end the video here because Cruz is still sleeping from the last time I put him down in the middle of the night, like 5:30 in the morning or so, 6 in the morning almost. So he had a really good night. I slept about 3 hours, as you guys saw, maybe, yeah, like 3 or maybe 3.5. It's my own fault because I do like to stay up even if he's sleeping because I just panic, but that's the life I chose. So I'll take a nap here in a little bit, sometime during the day. He was actually a really good boy, so I thought this vlog was going to be so much more eventful because usually his reflux is a challenge, but he was very good. The hardest part with him is just keeping him up after that middle of the night feed for the 30 minutes so that he can digest a little bit and not throw up, and kind of just continually burping him and trying to get him to, you know, digest and just be upright, and you're just exhausted. So that's like the hardest part. But he did very well, so I'm sorry if this vlog wasn't as eventful, but that's just newborn life. Some days you're doing really, really well, and some days it's crazy, but this was a good night. I'm exhausted. I've been up since I got up to put, like, as soon as I put him down, I think I forgot what even happened in the middle of the night. As soon as I put him down, I think a couple minutes later, I got up to help my daughter get ready for school. And then she went to school and I immediately started editing. I have like my laptop open there because I have to publish a video today. So that's what I've been doing. I'm very, very tired. I'm gonna have some breakfast. Cruz is still sleeping, like I said. So that is the end of a night with a newborn, considering it's 10 in the morning. I was gonna show one more feed and diaper change, but he's still sleeping. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if this video was helpful to you. Leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe, give it a thumbs up, and I will see you guys in the next one.